Hey, what's up guys? So, Hellfest just announced their 2021 lineup, and as I'm looking right now, I'm not that happy about, and as you can see right here, it's pretty much the same old thing you would probably get at Grasspop or Download, or maybe a bit of Wacken as well. So the main reason I make this video is because I really want to have a talk about the current state of these festivals going around in mostly Europe. So the first thing that we're going to do is look at these headliners. You got Deftones, Faith No More, System of a Down, and if you count the sub-headliners as well, Dropkick Murphys, Buzzfire, Opeth, Rivals, and Korn. So the first headliner that we're going to take a look at is System of a Down. It has been a while since they put something out. I believe it was 2006. It was ages ago, and I really can't believe that they are still headline material. I respect the music, I like the music, I do have CDs from them in my collection, but it's 14 years since you brought something out. So the next one that we're going to take a look at is Faith No More. They brought out an album in 2015 called Soul Invictus, and it was pretty good. It was a pretty good album, and the reviews were quite decent as far as I can remember. But it's already been 5 years, so it's kind of weird to put them in like top spot. I know they're probably the biggest name in the funk rock scene next to Rage Against the Machine, but I think if Rage Against the Machine was available, they would trade those two around and skip Faith No More. It's like the best thing they could have had in the funk rock, funk metal genre at this moment. So the last headliner that we're going to take a look at is Deftones. They have been the most consistent out of every single headliner. They brought out their latest album in 2016 called Gore, and they brought out an album before that in 2012 and in 2010. They have been one of the most progressive metal bands in the 2000s, they probably deserve this stage. However, it already has been like 4 years ago since they brought out Gore. Gore has been quite well received by Rolling Stone, could be a headliner, but for me they could have been like a sub-headliner, and that's pretty much a good place for the Deftones to be, in my humble opinion. Alright, so now we're gonna take a look at the other bands that have their logo displayed on this lineup. Those bands are Dropkick Murphys, Buzzfire, Opeth, Rival Sons, Korn, Judas Priest, Deep Purple, Volbeat, Offspring, Airborne, Running Wild, Mayhem, Wardrunner, Watain, Obituary, Sepultura, Devin Townsend, Suicidal Tendencies, Social Distortion, Walls of Jericho, Killing Joke, Envy, and Electric Wizard. So the point of looking at those bands is, in my opinion, the best in their genre. So you got Volbeat, Deep Purple, and Judas Priest, which are pretty much in one line, depending on the growth of heavy metal or the metal genre. Deep Purple was actually one of the first ones. Then Judas Priest came and made it more in the heavy metal style, and Volbeat took it on their own weird way and made it mainstream how they interpreted music. And it's kind of okay that they put him up right in that row. So that's pretty awesome to have those three legends And yes, Volbeat is one of the modern legends in the heavy metal scene, so I would call them legends as well, but lesser than Judas Priest and Deep Purple, of course. So the next three are The Offspring, Airborne, and Running Wild. The Offspring has been a steady pop punk band, or a punk band, how would you call them, for over 20, almost 30 years. They deserve this spot, and their spot is great on this lineup. So Airborne is one of those show bands, those really awesome heavy metal bands that you want to see, want to enjoy. They are pretty much the embodiment of heavy metal, drinking beer, having fun, not overly technical heavy metal. They are just really fun to see, and I can see them doing this for over 20 years on. So more than deserves spot. So Running Wild has been around since '76, and they made the whole pirate metal thing more known in the wide world of heavy metal. They have been pioneers in the piratey theme, in the themed heavy metal stuff, and they probably deserve a spot, but I don't think a lot of people were actually going to their name, to that band, to this festival, just to see them play. I don't think that will happen. Alright, so let's pick it up a notch. Mayhem, like the old Norwegian black metal legends, still around, doing their thing. They keep changing their lineup, so every single vocalist that Mayhem had was amazing, in my opinion, and they turn out to be really good in what they're doing. So the other one is Wardrunner. Wardrunner is one of those bands that everyone has a soft spot for. Heilung is doing the thing as well right now, but Wardrunner is one of the older bands that actually still does this music and still continuing this music. They deserve the spot right there. However, it isn't a band for like Hellfest or Wacken or something. I would rather see these guys in a smaller venue, like Heilung, like The Who as well. But these guys deserve the spot in history and also on this lineup of Hellfest. Now we go to one of those black metal bands where everybody is scared of it, and Loudwire and stuff does the 10 scariest and most satanic bands, and I believe Watain was on there as well. Watain has, in my opinion, been one of those sleeping giants that pops up here and there, and everybody goes to them and goes absolute apeshit, and then everybody goes silent again until they bring out a new album, and then a tour comes and everybody goes apeshit, and then they disappear again. So it's their thing as far as I can see them doing their thing. I like their music, so more deserved than that. So the next three are a little bit different, to say the least. You got one of the biggest old school death metal bands you will ever encounter. You got a crazy genius on a guitar, and you have the greatest Southern American band ever. So first start off with Devin Townsend. His creativity is beyond anybody's belief, and he makes amazing, unique music that will open up everybody's mind. So now we go to Sepultura. It's Sepultura. I don't need to say anything about it. Obituary, old school death metal, legends, probably the best old school death metal band ever, besides Death. But they made their spot, and it's not the music for the the masses, except for the people who are really into old school death metal. It's a good entry level band, but it will be taken over by the newer death metal bands. I'm sure of that. So the last three are Electro Wizard, Envy, and Killing Joke. To be honest, I don't have heard of Envy or Killing Joke. I'm sorry about that. Electro Wizard is just a legend in their desert metal, droney type stuff. Their albums are just amazing and could have been higher, but they're good for now. Alright, now we have all of the bigger bands out of the picture. It is, in my opinion, quite sad to mostly see these bigger bands every single year on different festivals, or maybe even the same festivals. I'm now looking at the lineup right there, so we'll be watching there. I can see a lot of potential in the tinier names, and when I see one of these bigger festivals being announced, I always look at the tinier names that are just smack down in the middle, where you almost need a pair of binoculars. That's what I meant. Where you almost need binoculars to look at. So to take a few, let's say the least, Perturbator, Baroness, Dog Eat Dog, Entombed AD, Centrix, Brutal Sphincter, Alcest, Regardless on Tombe, The Who, Enyerer, what do you got more? Primordial, Abath, L7, Delane, stuff like that. Yeah, so even though in the smaller bands, the binocular bands, there are some fairly, how do you call them, familiar names again. But there are also some newer bands, like The Who and even Ginger, made massive leaps to world fame. But the bigger bands are still very pushy. What I mean about that is they push those smaller bands out of these bigger festivals like Hellfest. It's kind of a shame that they do that. By they, I mean the organization of Hellfest, is that they don't give those smaller bands the bigger opportunities that 9 out of 10 times they deserve. Bands like Ginger has been making big ass steps, and they got that unique thing going on in their whole musical arsenal. Only the thing is, other bands have been doing that for ages, and it's kind of a shame that Ginger is probably taking all of the credits. Sorry. But another band that's also doing that is Crystal Lake. They're making big steps as well, and in a minute I'll show you guys a lineup that I have made of Hellfest in 2031. So that's in 10 years how that lineup, in my opinion, will probably look like. And I base that lineup on mostly the popularity of bands that are growing, bands that have been making a name of themselves over the years and years. So that's really interesting to see, and I hope you will like the picture that's coming up. So this is the lineup I came up with that could be done in 2031. So the headliners are Opeth, Volbeat and Rammstein. These three are still fairly decent young, except for Rammstein, they're a little bit older. As sub-headliners, I'd go with Tool, Greta van Vleet, Sabaton, Gojira, Lamb of God, and Ginger. So it's a nice combination of genres here and there. You got Greta van Vleet, which is hard rock, Led Zeppelin style, Tool being Tool, Opeth being progressive metal gods, Volbeat being Volbeat, Sabaton being teachers in metal, war teachers in metal, stuff like that. Gojira being technical death metal gods, Lamb of God being the metalcore legends they are, and Ginger being the newer metalcore band that is going to pop up and be taking the metalcore genre to a next level. Going through the next bunch, Brimming Horizon, Devin Townsend, Parkway Drive, Heilung, Behemoth. Those are pretty much the bands that have been making music for over years and years and years, and they evolved in their sound. Brimming Horizon, by example, has been pushing their limits and their fans to new horizons, pun intended. So they will make a great addition to the 2031 Hellfest. Devin Townsend is what he is, and he will keep pushing out music like a factory. He is a genius. And Parkway Drive, some will say that they need to be higher, that they need to be headliners. They already have been one of the day headliners of Wacken, as far I can remember. But I think Ginger will take the crown of being one of the bigger metalcore bands around. They deserve a place on the third tier or fourth tier on Sunday. Diving further, we got Crystal Lake, Heilung, Epica, Behemoth, The Who, Power Trip, Code Orange, Black Dahlia Murder, Ghostmane, Miracle, and Alien Weaponry. I will go a little bit faster through these bands. Crystal Lake is coming up to be one of the bigger newcomers, even though they have been around for quite a while. Heilung, being Heilung, they are really interesting, amplifying history through their Viking-ish heritage, but they make their music like really special. They make a whole show out of it, and they will probably get bigger by the year. So Behemoth, being Behemoth, they pop out and they starting to make really raw black metal, but now they turn into a blackened death metal titan. Epica, being Epica, they will probably make albums a lot more, and they still will be around in 2031, in my opinion. Then we got The Who, or The Woo. They're a new band that will probably be around for a little bit longer than the whole hype is doing right now. They are getting a lot of hype right now, but yeah, more than deserved. They are very unique in their style. So I talked a bit more about Rival Sons. They're really pushing the hard rock into the whole metal scene. They will make a great addition to Hellfest. Power Trip, really good. Thrash metal mixed with a lot of aggressive elements, and that they will make thrash metal a really cool genre. Again, in my opinion, because thrash metal is a little bit dying out, but they will make it go back to their old glory days. Then we go a little bit to a more interesting one called Ghostmane. As you can see by the original Hellfest poster, rappers are getting more and more accepted in the whole metal genre. There are still some people that don't really want them on Hellfest or Wacken or Graspop, stuff like that. But the rap scene has been accepting metal, and metal should be accepting rock as well. Then we go to Code Orange. Code Orange, just amazing music, and they will get bigger by every single year. Then we got the very unique and extremely young ADM Weaponry from, I believe, New Zealand or Australia. They are really unique heavy metal, sing in Maori language, so that's really awesome. Then we go to the yellow ones. Machine Gun Kelly has been a one of those new rappers around the block, but he is transforming more into a new metalish type of sound, mixed with a little bit of punk elements here and there, and that's pretty much what the genre is going to be. And the new metal is coming back, and Machine Gun Kelly is going to be that, so that's really awesome. Then we got a few other bands like Suicide Silence. No need to say about them. They're getting more accepted by the year, and they will make a great addition in 2031. Then we got Ingested, a Manchester-based slam band, and they actually bring out an album this year, and they popped out a song today on the 23rd of July, and it's really fucking good, so go check that out if you want. So let's go a little bit faster to more of the unknown bands that are in this list. Tomb Mold, a really highly anticipated old school death metal band with a few doom elements in there. Blood Incantation has been putting out stellar albums every single year. Sinister, Dutch old school death metal legends as well. Oceano, a very underrated deathcore band that deserves a place here. Then we got Vile Creature, which is a doom band that has brought out an album this year, which is fucking insane. Highly anticipated, and I'll be sure that they are bringing out more very good material in the lifespan of 10 years up to this fest. So they will be making an appearance on this, in my opinion. Then we got Slaughter to Prevail, probably the best deathcore album or deathcore song, Demolisher, this year. Absolutely slays every single deathcore release this year, so they will be probably deathcore legends by then. Should be higher, but yeah. Then we got Get the Shot, some beatdown-ish metal that should be really fun in those tinier stages and halls, and this should be interesting to see them on a Hellfest type of festival. Then we got Cowon, which is personally one of my favorite doom metal bands. Well, not exactly doom metal-ish anymore. They evolved into a more of an atmospheric doom band, not doom metal, but doom band. And then we got Nightfire, which is actually one of the best heavy metal thrash bands out of Germany as far as I can recall. Then we got Party Cannon as well, which are a few friends of mine, and they're actually really fun and interesting to watch. And we got Failures, which is just for fun. It's a project of a few friends of mine here in the Netherlands. So the thing is that I'm trying to say here is that there are a lot of more bands that are basically in that whole cesspool of the genre called metal that are dying to get out there, and there are a couple of bands that are going to grow, that are probably going to be in the next 10 years they're going to be on those bigger festivals like Download, Graspop, Hellfest, Wacken, stuff like that. They are going to be there, and it's just a fun example of showing you guys this and having my opinion about this is just for fun. It's not bashing the bigger bands, not bashing the smaller bands. This is just what I think that would be or could be available on 2031 in Hellfest. It should be fun, and I'm really intrigued how this video will be dealt with. Hopefully it would get a few reactions going, but this is, in my opinion, what could be the next few bands that are going to push up in the genre. I could be totally wrong. I'm almost sure that I will be totally wrong, but these bands have been on my radar, and they should be getting big, in my opinion. Yeah, so this is my opinion. This is my Hellfest 2031 lineup. I hope you liked it. Please give a like and subscribe if you want to see more of this kind of things. I normally don't do this. I do like collection updates and stuff like that, and reviews and concert footage. But either way, if you liked it, please like and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next video.